All right, welcome. We are casting Div D West tonight. I got that right this time, right? I had so many games now. I'm like, it's D West, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is D West. Yes.
And we're doing the Cool Cats and Kittens against TRSG Knights. I'm super pumped to see this match and how this all plays out. We did get a chance to jump into, or I did get a chance to jump into the coin toss lobby with the captains here and got to see how those map bans went down. So let's jump over to that screen real quick and take a look at that. Now, Cool Cats and Kittens did win the coin toss, and they are opting to go with first pick option here, which did give map pick over to the side of TRSG Knights. But don't forget, we had those bans in there. Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom being taken away by Cool Cats and Kittens. TRSG Knights taking away Battlefield of Eternity and Cursed Hollow. And like I said, we are going to Tomb of the Spider Queen for game number 1. What are your thoughts, Daxx?
Sounds like both of these teams don't really want to play the macro game here. They kind of banned away all the ones where you kind of need some cam clears, some good cam timings. Moving on, Tomb of the Spider Queen here, one of my favorites. Wave clear map or team fight map, kind of depends. Choose your own adventure and how you want to play this one.
Yeah, I love Tomb. It's a small map, lots of quick rotations to happen where it can get a little scary getting caught on them, but it's a really fun map to watch and cast. But here we are into the draft. Tomb of the Spider Queen, Cool Cats and Kittens on the left, TRSG Knights on the right. I know you did a little bit of scouting, Daxx. Do you have any idea what we might be seeing tonight?
Yeah, so just looking at it right now, Cool Cats and Kittens. Their most played heroes so far this season are Ragnaros, Gul'dan, Sergeant Hammer, all good heroes on this map here versus the TRSG Knights. It kind of looks like they want to run like a blow up comp, some Chromie, Cassia, Diablo, and some Stukov. So we may see some of those bans coming out here as we move forward.
So we do see Cool Cats and Kittens taking away Orphea and Stukov. Right now, TRSG Knights opting to ban out that ETC.
Yeah, he's still, even after the nerf at 13, he's still kind of, 2% was not enough to kind of still make him the first pick, first ban tank, I think, in the current meta.
All right, Brightwing being taken away here. Do you know if that one is a target ban coming out or?
Yes, yep. So that one does look like a target ban towards Cool Cats and Kittens, but we will see that first pick Ragnaros on this map. But Brightwing's just one of those healers that kind of just annoying to deal with, especially I guess if you want to first pick Cho'Gall.
Oh, Cho'Gall! Oh my goodness! Right out of the gate, not even trying to hide it.
Nope, not even banning Tychus here or Greymane or Little Heoric. We can get some stuff, see some crazy stuff going on here.
Hilneus will rise again.
But I like the pick. I like it a lot. I mean, Ragnaros, depending on the build that he goes, has a lot of percent base damage on his Q. If he goes Q build, Greymane bullet to chunk him down, and it can sleep Cho'Gall. So not picking that up, we may see a Malthael ban here, if not a Leoric ban.
Mm-hmm. Murden actually taken away. I would probably be looking to take away a healer that helps Cho'Gall through this. So maybe the Ariel or potentially the Alexstrasza you sometimes see with a life binder.
Yeah, I would expect that. I would probably do, like you said, the Ariel ban. I mean, she can't get the res, so you have to deal with fighting Cho'Gall twice, as well as the battery, and then there it is. Good call on that ban.
Let's save some lives.
Okay, and we got Morales and some Kael'thas action. All right, so we still need a tank and A mage on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens here. Let's see what's available here. Diablo's still on the board here. Mal'Ganis, he could maybe think about doing the health swap ultimate to deal with him. Probably gonna go with Dibbles and a Falstad. And then lastly, probably just an offlaner for this team. Maybe a good double soaker. We could see Leo here. Maybe a Blaze.
A Blaze would be pretty awesome because he can kind of act as a tank and offlaner. The thing is, when you're running a Cho'Gall comp, not having a proper tank makes it easy for the enemy team to just kind of dive past the Cho'Gall and look for picks behind him. He doesn't really have much peel potential. They're going to go for that Artanis.
Yeah, I'm guessing Lieutenant Morales is probably going to go to the stim for Artanis. I mean, I guess Sho could get in some good auto attacks there as well. I don't imagine her taking the pirate ship, but she very well could be to rotate around the map to deal with this Falstad. Interesting team comps.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how this plays out. I mean, Cho'Gall, he's going to be a pain to deal with. And I just don't know that Cool Cats and Kittens has drafted the tools to necessarily deal with him. They will have the Cursed Bullet, but besides that, not too much in terms of percent damage going on their side.
No, but with the Ragnaros and the Falstad, they should be able to have enough wave clear. I mean, taking Ragnaros on a map like this and Braxis, you kind of have the thought process of, like, you know, you're going to lose the objective. I guess the same thing with kind of, like, Gul'dan's just good on this one in general, but, I mean, Rag does have good wave clear. But come late game, I think it leans towards Team Rainbow Strike Grow Knights, for sure.
Yeah, definitely going to be hard once they hit that level 16 power spike that everyone talks about for the Cho'Gall.
Especially in these tight choke points and these turn-ins, if the Cho'Gall goes the orb build and you can kind of get stun locked out of all of your abilities, it just feels real bad.
All right, well, here we are, game number 1 of our best of 3 series. On the left-hand side, Cool Cats and Kittens with Desperado on the Falstad, Descolada on the Greymane, Lubadium, I hope I'm saying that one right, on the Anna, Horvath on the Diablo, and Beowulf on the Ragnaros.
All right, and on the red side, we have Chair Glue on the Cho, Selim 11 on Artanis, Sinclip on Lieutenant Morales, Lugo XD on Kael'thas, and Howlin' Knight on the Gaul.
Let the battle begin.
I do like the name. It's like Chai on the Cho'Gall there.
Yeah, I like that too. That's funny. So I imagine we're going to see like the Cho'Gall, Morales, and Kael'thas do a rotation between mid and top for this match, and Artanis eventually break off to go soak the bottom lane. I'm curious to see if Falstad's going to stay in that bottom lane, though.
Yeah, I mean, Artanis did go Protector of Ire, so he wants to stack those auto attacks, but he's going to have one heck of a time trying to get close enough up to Falstad. Who's going to be able to at least lightning shield him to kind of keep him kind of at bay, because he's already about half health. But Desperado getting really low there. He's going to have to back up a little bit, and we're going to see Desperada come down and maybe try and get the gank here onto Artanis, but just those sneaky shields just keeping Selim alive there a little bit.
Let's check out Rag up here. He's getting caught a little bit extended. Does pop his shield to give a little bit of speed boost away. And a beautiful sleep coming out from the Ana is going to stop that Morales kind of flanking on the rotation to knock him back and displace him, and he does manage to make it out of there. Cho'Gall turning in 12 gems here.
Alright, looks like blue team's going to head down here. We do have Wingman, we do have Bribe coming out on the Falstad here, but they're going to rotate and cut that bot camp there. And we're going to see Sinclip and Lugo rotating on that Bruiser camp of their own. As we just see some small rotations here.
I think it's interesting that he's going Bribe, but not running in the 4-man for this map, because he could easily get so many Bribe stacks doing the double soak between mid and top with his team, and Rag is perfectly fine in the off lane. I think Rag can actually probably do okay into Artanis as well. in the off lane. So I think it's kind of interesting that they're deciding to keep the Falls Dad down here for so long. We did see the Bruiser. Sorry, we did see the Bruiser camp getting picked up by TRSG Knights as well. That's gonna have to be cleared out.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is that they just kind of wanted to play keep away against that Protector of Ire. So maybe Rag being a melee hero, wanting to maybe not put his team in a quite of a disadvantage even later in the game by giving all those stacks to Artanis.
Yeah, but even so, Reg can talent into meatball builds. Sorry.
Yeah.
Meatball builds. Yeah, that's totally what it's officially called, right?
Yes. Yep.
He could talent into that and kind of keep his distance from an Artanis in the bottom lane.
All right, Chokeall getting kind of low there, but we're going to get the shove out of there to sneak away with about 25% health there. As we see the remaining members of Cool Cats and Kittens try to turn in what gems they have. We're about 10 gems away from blue side being able to
swap landing onto the Diablo there. Underneath the tower, he's going to be able to get out. The chase is on now onto this Grey main. Gravity Lapse connecting onto him. He's trying to walk away. Reg dropping his shield onto him to let him walk out faster.
Yeah, not a single kill yet. It was about 3 minutes in. Level 6s here. The soak is pretty darn close between both of these teams here.
See how Falstad's doing in the bottom lane, no. Getting some pressure here.
Turn-ins ready for both sides here as we just try and take control of some of these turn-in points here. Beowulf trying to turn in 24 gems, but we're going to see Chokeall get wallbanged against the Diablo there. Meatball coming out there, and just a lot of more friendly poke around these turn-ins.
Beowulf trying to set that turn-in again, but Chokeall has the vision over this turn-in point. That's another good thing about taking Chokeall on this map is it's a lot easier to watch those turn-in points with the wards that you can set up. Down here in the bottom, Artanis kind of stepping out in this lane. There's a rotation onto him here. He's trying to back up. He did manage to proc his shields, but it's not going to be enough. Down he goes. The ticking damage from Anna just killing him on the way to his wall there.
Raxton turned in 26 gems, so we're going to see the first turn go on the blue side again if anyone catches him in that turn, and it won't happen here. Descolada kind of low on health, but Anna's going to be able to top them off right away.
Spider is going over to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. 3 members sitting down in the bottom lane. I'm curious to see whether they're going to siege down here. They're just trying to pull some attention of TRSG Knights into the bottom lane before they rotate to do the standard push top.
Yeah, we're going to see middle. I like to push middle here because if you can get down this, at least this front wall and potentially the fort, you can kind of get vision on, have a little bit better vision on both, and that's what we can see here. They're going to go forward to the top.
Not only that, but having middle fort down for Reg is also great for Molten Core because he basically can reach the entire map from mid forts.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. Now we're going to see another rotation down on that poor Artanis as we see the Giant Spider about to fall here, but we've got those little guys with the capes on that do the majority of the siege damage onto these towers here, and we're going to see at least 1 fort, I think, go down here, and 1.5 on the first Spider turn-in of the game.
Yeah, that's not too bad. They're up almost a whole level on XP now, turning around to get these Giants. But TRSG Knights sitting on that turn-in as well. They know they need to decide if they want to get that in before level 10s are hit on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, or if they're going to wait to soak out level 10 themselves. Here comes the fly from Falstad heading top lane to deal with that Artanis. Bruiser Cap also getting picked up right now by the side of TRSG Knights. So they're going to have that pushing, and then they're going to need to clear out the Siege Giants pushing in bottom.
Yep, so we're going to Chokeall dealing with that as we're going to see Kel'Thas and Lieutenant Morales taking up this Bruiser camp again. I mean, lanes aren't too far pushed out, but 10s are online for Cool Cats and Kittens here as they're trying to turn in what they can, and we'll probably see a hard push for turn in here come level 10 for Team Rainbow Strike go.
We do have Diablo talenting into APOC, Anna taking the Nano Boost, Greymane, of course, taking Curse Bullet, Falstad taking Mighty Gust, and Reg still holding on to the ult here. Not sure if we're going to see a Lava Wave or... Oh, there we go. It is going to be Lava Wave coming out from the Reg.
Yep, so he's going to be able to control that boss lane pretty much all game long now that they hit level 10. And it'll probably be hard pressure to kind of get any pressure there in the top lane for blue team here.
First bullet coming out onto the Cho'Gall. Rest of the team looking to chase him down. Artanis coming up just to try and zone out the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, and he is going to be able to walk away. Morales now healing him up. Yeah, like you said,
getting a little bit of the siege, but they're going to rotate down on that quickly enough here as the mid and top are going to kind of get no value, maybe about a half a wall up top.
Yeah, that lava wave just clearing away any push that was accompanying the spider coming in. So that was able to be cleared up pretty quickly by the Falstad. And the real only value they can look to get is maybe a mid fort here. Cursed Bullet again connecting onto that Cho'Gall. Morales healing him up right away again. Tried to get off the Molten Core there, but it was interrupted by the Morales grenade. So that's still up and available in a couple seconds here if they need it.
Yeah, both teams will turn in. Sorry if that's what you were going to say there.
Oh, that's exactly what I was going to say, but no problem. Honestly, it's so nice just to have someone co-casting because the last couple days I've been solo casting and my voice at the end of it is just...
Oh, I believe it.
I haven't adjusted yet.
All right, so, you know, you got that dreaded double turn in. If they can
Artanis is going to go down here.
Yeah.
The shield's procced on Falstat's focusing him down. He's looking to turn back around just to try and get some damage out to get his shields procced again, but that doesn't quite work out for him. He does fall here. Rest of his team looking for the retreat. I think he could have just made it out there if he kept going. I'm not sure if he thought maybe his team was going to re-engage because Morales is sitting full energy for that. Could have healed him up a little bit. So maybe a little bit of miscommunication going on there.
Right, as we see
Desperata getting 20, the turn in for your Cool Cats and Kittens here. And their level 13s are also up and available.
Yep, they're just doing a great job pushing out some of these lanes here. Looks like they're going to set their eyes on top lane as they clear and push out bot lane. So we're going to see that spider get a little further into that bot lane there as we see a fight break out here in the top lane.
Look at that 47 gems sitting on the Cho'Gall right now.
Yeah, that's something. See pings coming out onto the Cho'Gall. I'm not sure if that's the biggest target they wanted to go for. Like you said, with 47, that looks probably, my guess is probably most of their turn in, there. So as we see bot, Web Weaver really healthy yet. We're going to see the team rotate down here, get this wall down for sure, and let's see if they can get any damage on that keep here bottom.
Keep in mind, I'm pretty sure that the Ragnaros does have that Molten Core up if they want to try and bait them into a fight over here. He could jump on that bottom fort and try to get some work done. Oh, Swap connects onto the Falstad. He's sent into the back line, but uses a barrel to get out of there. Damage focusing him out, but he's getting it just healed up by the Ana. It's doing great, and a beautiful gust coming out, creating some space between him and the Cho'Gall ult that's going to allow his team to disengage, walk away safely here, and keep the lead that they have going for them.
All right, and then we may see a trade on the Giants here and the Bruisers for a turn in here, but we're going to have to see TRSG kind of push these lanes out a little bit to kind of get any sort of value. And unfortunately, Ragnaros, I mean, they have about 25 seconds before Lava Wave is back up. So it looks like they're just going to kind of trade for this out mid.
Again, TRSG kind of put in this position where they have to decide whether they want to try and get turn in before Cool Cats and Kittens are up that talent tier again, or if they would like to try and soak it out themselves first and get it on equal talent tiers. Because right now, it's getting to the point where you might get turn in at level 16s that are going to be sort of coming online at the same time. APOC coming out from the Diablo, catches a Kael'thas in it, and out comes the Sim Drone onto the Artanis. He's looking to try to get the Greymane, but Greymane out of there, too far in now. They do manage to get the pick onto the Falstad. Swap comes out onto the Diablo. He immediately queues onto the Artanis to get himself out of there. Blast Wave trying to speed him up to safety, but it's not going to work out. Down goes the Diablo as well. Full soul, so he will be coming back up immediately. Just a little more squishy now.
Yep, and we got Camps pushing in mid and bot lane as they rotate there to turn in here, so they're going to have to deal with that. So not too much. I mean, they did get the turn in to keep it away from Cool Cats and Kittens, but all of the lanes seem to be pushed out in their favor, which could give them the possibility to get a second turn in a row.
And here's kind of what I was saying about, you know, the talent tier thing. Level 16's almost online now for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens for this defense. So they need to try and get a pick like right now before that level 16 is hit to try and get some value with these spiders, potentially a choke. All looking for it, but taking a lot of damage trying to find it. And Diablo also getting quite low. Ana doing her best to try and heal everyone up here on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Artana's coming up to group up and get this siege in top. Level 16s have come online now for the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. So a little bit favored in the team fight for now. Top spider cleared out with no issues. I think TRSG Knights just kind of looking for that level 16, and now they can go back to focusing down that top fort. Opening up top, always a great call on Team of the Spider Queens. That is the boss lane, so you get that fort down, and that's one less structure for a boss to have to go through if you decide to siege with it. And they had to clear out bottom spider, so that gave them the opportunity to do just that. Turn-ins up and available for TRSG Knights again. Let's see if Cool Cats and Kittens can get the interrupt here.
Yeah,
I'm so worried for this Morales sitting up against the wall there. Swap connects onto the Reg. I wonder if they're going to be able to get them a fight into a Molten Core at any point here. Here comes the Pyro onto Falstad, looking to try and survive that. Manages to use the barrel roll, get a shield, and heals from Ana is going to keep him out there. Nano Boost going out onto the Grey main. Looking to turn around and do some damage here, but nothing really quite found here. They get the turn in, nobody dies, so this is still going to be a 5v5 defense or siege, depending on what team you're on.
Yeah, I mean, kills only 3-2 this far into the game with a Cho'Gall. So just, you know, really good job by the healers here, keeping their teams alive and kind of disengaging when they need to.
I'd have to say I don't know if the nano boost on the Grey main was a misclick, but he does seem like, I mean, unless he's going to use his first bullet, I don't really know what value you're going to get out of Grey main being nano boosted. And I kind of wonder maybe if Eye of Forest would have got more value in general for the team comp they're running. Here comes Reg with the Molten Core, trying to defend this top spider. Descolada getting quite low. Swap goes out, but it lands onto the Diablo. Diablo immediately queues out onto the Artanis to get him back into position here. Cho'Gall now in the back line of Cool Cats and Kittens. Pops that stasis for a second. Another swap coming out. Artanis now under the keep. Diablo cues him into the wall, lands the stun. He pops his unstoppable, looking to try and escape here. Again, a lot of back and forth, but no picks again. Keeping this this game with low deaths.
It is over.
Yeah, great defense there. Rag popping that trait there to keep that alive and able to keep all three of their keeps here. But we're going to see Red Team rotate down bot here to take the third and final fort from Cool Cats and Kittens. It looks like we're going to see a boss rotation here. Diablo's kind of showing on the wave here, so it may tip off the Red Team here. They're going to just poke these giants a little bit as we see the team rotate up to deal with that boss invade.
They're taking quite a long time doing this, even with the Grey main on it. But I feel like they I don't know, man. They're rotating. Artanis a little bit late. Falstad on a bruiser camp. Reg and Grey main very, very low because Diablo was not tanking the boss for them. And it looks like we're gonna see TRSG Knights come in for the boss steal.
Yeah, then that's, I think, the exact fight that they needed to take there to kind of swing this game back in their favor here. It's been kind of all in favor of Cool Cats and Kittens until this point now. Halfway with the gems to turn in there, they're going to have to go deal with that blue camp pushing it on their keep wall, but we should see this boss take the first keep of the game.
Yeah, just I think that they would have been able to get that boss if they just had all their resources on it at the same time. Unfortunately, some members decided to clear lanes and do camps and were a bit late showing up to the boss call. And that allowed TRSG Knights plenty of time to get bottom siege camp and then rotate up and still make it in time to contest this boss. Now they're looking to siege the core here. Anna getting knocked back. She's gonna make it back into the base and survive here. Gus coming out. Falstad looking to clear out that boss. Cho'Gall getting really low. They get the pick onto the Cho'Gall. They're gonna be able to clear this boss. This game is not over yet. Cool Cats and Kittens managing to stay in here.
All right, great defense there. Being able to catch Cho'Gall in that APOC. Great job there.
Here comes
20's online
Falstad.
for him as well.
Gonna catch the Morales with that fly in. Down goes the Morales. Artanis now caught in the back line here. He's not going to be able to escape either. Stun connecting onto him by the Diablo. And that's 4 members down on the side of TRSG Knights. They do have that turn-in up and available.
Yeah, I would take this turn in and maybe try and find an opportunity to maybe start working down on a wave here that has a keep exposed to maybe try and force another core fight here. You have majority of the team members down for another 20 to 30 seconds.
That lava wave coming in bottom to clear up the waves spawning in the bottom lane. We just have another wave spawning off the core right now, so it's going to pick off the next wave that just spawned as well. So good timing with the lava wave. I love to see 2 waves getting picked up off of that, doing it right. Two members still down on the side of TRSG Knights here. They can look to try and get something before those members spawn. That would be real good on them. But Morales is back up now. Artana spawning in just a minute. We had the Pyro try to go off there, but not quite enough, not quite close enough to the Falstad to finish the cast on it.
All right, we see the rotation onto Artanis. He's going to get flipped and pushed back, try to get the swap to save his life there. He's going to be able to get a proc there. He's not going to be able to get a proc of the shield, so he's a little bit low, but he's going to get some healing from the Morales there as we see Falstad get taken down. But Cho'Gall's not done yet, but the Lava Wave's coming in here. We're going to see Fire Blast coming out onto the Diablo. Is going to go down, but he has a crazy amount of health, popping his medallion there to keep pushing forward to try and get out of there. But we'll see the poison damage come out. Morales getting killed. He does have souls, so Diablo will be back up here. We'll see Anna get really low, trying to get some wiggles there in the mid there, but Cho'Gall going to shove back in there to try and take down that Anna, and they are successful. We're going to see the stim pack onto Artanis here, trying to get a swap, going to try and pick off this Grey Mane. Does he have E available to get out of there? But Cho'Gall again with the shove, the poison damage coming out. Oh my goodness, it's going to be close, and we're going to see maybe a swap, and it's going to miss, unfortunately, but we're going to see, oh no, not enough to get out of there for Grey Mane.
I wonder, you know, I wonder if it was worth it for them to chase that Grey Mane for so long. I think with two picks and top lane already cleared out and damage already on the core, they could have maybe done a core call there. We are 20 minutes into the game, level 21 here.
Yeah, I mean, great job by, you know, Grey Mane trying to run for their life and try to bait the team. Like I said, it's given the team the ability now to come back up, get some lava waves, get waves pushing back in their favor here. Grab this bruiser camp, but like you said, here comes
I think we are going to see the core call anyway. Stim Drone going out onto the Artanis to help kind of shred that down. Mighty Gust coming out. It is upgraded at level 20, so that's going to keep them off the core for a couple seconds. But Cho'Gall all long enough to manage to hit the core. Artanis taking a big bunch of damage off the core anomaly here. Cho'Gall managing to shove out of the APOC, and this is going to be the core following. Game 1 going over to TRSG Knights. GG, well played.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great back and forth game for number 1. I mean, hopefully great things to come along. We all want to see a game 3. We never want to see a 2-0. We always want more games to cast. But
yeah, very close game. That was like keeping us on the edge of our seat here. Like 8-8 in kills, so evenly matched. It could have been gone either way. So
yeah, the stat lines, I mean, other than the Grey Mane getting 2 deaths there compared to the Kael'thas, but like, you know, hero damage is exactly the same. The kill count is exactly the same for both of those heroes. You know, Ragnaros getting the soak, it's kind of cheating with the double lava wave come level 20 on just how much experience he can give the team. But yeah, just both these teams just putting out a great show in game 1.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't say that I have too much to say. They both played this, I think, extremely well. Keeping it I mean, they kept up on XP if they were ever falling behind or lost objectives. I don't know. I think this is just a really good matchup and a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, not much to say. I mean, other than like a quick boss play, but that's like any map with a boss, and anything can really happen on those. And like you said, it just needed to be probably an all 5-man team on the boss to try and take that quickly.
Yeah, a little bit more communication on the side of Cool Cats there, and I think that boss would have been theirs, no problem at all. Because as I said, TRSG Knights was all the way down in the bottom lane for a really long time. Well, we had Reg and Greymane trying to do the boss by themselves, and then slowly the rest of the team showing up. But yeah, if they just been all on the same page of doing the boss call together, I think that would have went a little differently there, and maybe that would have changed how the game turned out as well.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see where we go game 2. I guess it's maybe Infernal Shrines, if both these teams kind of like the Brawly style maps. That's one of the more popular maps here in NGS. Seems like we play a lot of maps there, but maybe a Dragonshire or Braxis. I can't remember if those were banned or not.
We did have... No, neither of those are banned.
Okay.
We'll go back over to the map selection here and give everyone a chance to kind of see what happened. Let's do that right now. So first game here being picked up by TRSG Knights. They did choose this map. It was Tomb of the Spider Queen. Picked up the win. In terms of what's banned out, Cool Cats and Kittens taking away Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom. TRSG Knights opting to take away Battlefield of Eternity and Cursed Hollow. So none of those maps tonight. But the ones you were just asking about still up and available. That was what was it that you were asking?
Infernal Shrines. Yeah, Infernal Shrines is usually never banned. Like I said, it's one of the more popular maps in league play here. But Braxis or Dragonshire. But depending on these other map bans, may not be maps that either one of these teams want to play on. But new this season, we could see a Hanamura Temple.
I've actually been surprised about the number of teams choosing to go to Hanamura. Like there's a group of teams that a lot of people just ban it out, but there's been a couple teams that have shown up and been like, no, this is our map. When we get map pick, we go to Hanamura, which is so interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a strat, I mean, I've been a big proponent of like I call it the sixth man theory. But if you have a strat that on a particular map, it's almost like having an extra player on your team, because you kind of keep the enemy team on their heels with trying to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah, and I think a map like Hanamura, you kind of have to have an idea of what you're trying to do here. I think if you can pull off like a good early game comp on Hanamura and invade on sentinels and turret camps in the early game and win those fights, it makes it so easy just to take that invade win and just roll with that and just snowball the match. So I mean, you have to be really confident going to Hanamura, I think, but we're just waiting for the lobby to get up and ready here. Now I want to see a Hanamura game.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry I put that thought in everybody's head, but you could see, it is kind of a cheese map with hammer. You kind of see a lot to kind of take down some of those the keep walls, the fountain snipes, and things like that. So just some fun stuff can come out there. It's like you said, it's a very snowbally map. We're going to see, continuing for the rest of this week at least, no Gazlo on that map. I know, in league play you can kind of see the Gazlo, and he's just such a pain in the butt on this map, on that map particularly. Yeah,
I would love to see some Sergeant Hammer. You were saying that Cool Cats and Kittens has a Sergeant Hammer player, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. So, looks like that. Desperado.
I would really like to see that pulled out because that's not something you see too often. We already got the Cho'Gall tonight, so maybe they're going to counter with some cheese in their draft as well.
Yeah, just protect the hammer comp. I mean, that could be. I'm not sure I think they were the ones that banned the Alterac Pass because I know Alterac's a good hammer map as well. Towers of Doom, same thing.
Yeah.
So that may have been the ban to maybe keep hammer off the table, as and BOE I think is another one as well.
Now, is it Cool Cats and Kittens that plays the Sergeant Hammer or TRSG Knights?
It is Cool Cats and Kittens.
Cool Cats and Kittens.
It looks like.
Okay.
Yep. 100% win rate this season so far.
Wow.
On Sergeant Hammer.
Wow. Interesting.
Okay, so it looks like most played so far this season is Battlefield of Eternity and Hanamura Temple for Cool Cats and Kittens. So I understand the BOE map, maybe not Hanamura. So if they get map pick, we may see them there.
Looks like they're taking their time deciding what map we're going to. I don't see a lobby created quite yet, but that's okay.
Maybe taking a little bit of a bio break, perhaps.
Yeah.
Kind of taking a quick breather in between matches there to kind of cool off
Well,
and
sometimes you
regain
need
your
it,
thoughts.
especially games like this where it was so back and forth, each team kind of having that opportunity to look to close out the game a couple times.
Yeah, and it's perhaps just hitting the double tap on that pyroblast maybe or something like that could have swung a team fight there. But it looks like the lobby is up, and it looks like we are heading to Dragonshire.
All right. Let's see who this was picked by.
Wolf in the chat, I am 100% with you. Please bring back Sky Temple. That is one of my favorite maps to play on. Looks like we're getting some people rooting for Cool Cats and Kittens because they want to see a game number 3.
So it does look like Cool Cats and Kittens has decided to go with that first pick option after losing game number 1, which gave Matt pick over to TRSG Knights, and they decided to take us to Dragonshire. All right, I'm gonna let them know we're ready.
Yeah, I mean, do we see the respect on the Cho'Gall? I mean, I guess you can see him on this map push hard in the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. If Cool Cats and Kittens doesn't have the hero pool needed to counter Cho'Gall pick, it's definitely something I would consider banning at this moment. They do have the Greymane in their roster, but again, it's just one of those things that it's a hero like Deathwing, or you gotta play around these heroes so much that it's sometimes just worth it to get rid of it so you can play heroes that you're better on as opposed to what you need to counter.
Yeah, it kind of, like you said, it just kind of becomes like the boss, or like the objective of the map versus the map itself is just kill the big bad roaming around, whether, like I said, it's the Cho'Gall or the Deathwing.
Well, here we are, game number 2's draft. Cool Cats and Kittens on the left, TRSG Knights on the right, up 1 game, and we are going to Dragonshire this time.
I'm not sure if we have any Rexar players. Actually, I'm pretty sure Glue plays a good Rexar, so we may see a Rexar ban here. Because I think on this map is first pick, first ban, where they'll be working Abathur, which I don't blame them there either. Just kind of something to kind of, like you said, to something you don't want to have to think about, but don't have to deal with.
Speaking of Abathurs, I wonder if we're going to see him picked less this season because of no Sky Temple. I know he's like a favorite to pick up on Sky Temple with Mule. You just heal up structures, and it's not so much a worry about getting behind on objectives that way. They're going with that Orphea ban again. They banned her out in game number 1, so I'm wondering if that is a target ban onto TRSG Knights, or if that's just more meta, don't want to deal with Orphea type ban.
So it could be a target ban, but it looks like so far the main mage player has been picking up the Chromie, which, may not be a bad pick on this map, going W build. There's a Bright Wing ban again. But first pick coming out here over on Cool Cats and Kittens.
Kaboom, laddie!
Oh, so they're going to be able to get that Muradin. And here comes the Cho'Gall again.
All right. If it's not broke, don't fix it, I suppose.
Same players, of course, on that Cho'Gall this time.
Yeah, really forcing Cool Cats and Kittens to deal with it. But we're going to see the Anna picked up again. And maybe a Greymane, but we're going to see old Jimmy here picked up on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens.
Yeah, hopefully they are able to deal with a Cho'Gall comp this time. I have to say they did a very good job in game number 1. Like I said, it could have gone either way. So they weren't necessarily struggling too much, but it is, again, just one of those things where you're going to have to kind of draft around it now.
Yep, so I expect the Ariel ban here yet again. You know, it wouldn't hurt maybe putting Thrall in the 4-man with Rolling Thunder. I mean, Thrall's a good counter to Cho'Gall and Deathwing. I mean, the guy has 3 Titan killers in his kit at his disposal. But we'll see. I mean, that kind of gives them not enough burst damage, but at least some poke to maybe deal with Cho'Gall on these points.
Opting to ban out that Kael'thas that we saw Lugux play in game number 1.
I'm here to help.
Okay, so he's gonna grab the Jaina there.
Jaina.
And yeah, I mean, on these point control maps, it just kind of the bomb. You're focusing on everything else, and that's the last thing you're thinking about. But we're gonna say, hey, you know what? We can play some fun stuff too. How about a Murky?
I'm excited. I love it.
Yeah, I like the spice. These teams are bringing the spice. Beowulf with a last pick here for his team, looking for maybe a mage. Let's see what he grabs here.
I'm in.
Oh, we have the Kira getting picked up by Beowulf.
So
as fun as it is to see a Murky game, I'm not sure how he's going to hold up against this team. I mean, if he octo grabs the Cho'Gall, I don't know, because you have Gladiator's Medallion now, right?
yeah, so yep, they has Gladiator's Medallion, which I know a lot of people were saying makes Kira kind of a lesser hero, because you can just pop that and her E just falls off. But I'm curious if they're going to go maybe dive with Kira and Murd in here to maybe deal with the Morales and the squishy Jaina and just kind of ignore Cho'Gall like we were talking about a little bit earlier.
Yeah, maybe that's what we're going to see here. Again, not really a draft to counter Cho'Gall, and in fact, probably even a little bit worse off than in game number 1. Because they don't have that Greymane this time with the Cursed Bullet to just put a nice chunk of damage out onto him.
Yeah, and I'm curious, like you said, curious that we could maybe see the
We're going to see Nano Boosted Murky. That's what we're going to see.
that's what I was going to ask. Was yeah. You know, if the Nano gets picked up again, who's the Nano going on? I mean, I guess it could be Kira. I mean, her poison should get a little boost from that, but yeah, we could straight up see just a Nano Boosted Murky slime comp.
Yeah. No, Nano Boosted Murky with the slime build. Yeah, absolutely. I think that we might be seeing that here. All right, well, game number 2 here between Cool Cats and Kittens versus TRSG Knights. We have Cool Cats and Kittens on the left-hand side with Libidium on the Anna, Beowulf playing the Kira, Horvath on the Muradin, Descolada on the Rainer, and Desperado on the Murky.
Battle commencing in.
All right, sorry about that. And on the red team, if I can open it up, there we go. Red team on the Cho'Gall again. We have Shared Glue and Howlin' Knight, Selim on the Malthael, Lugo X on the Jaina, and Synclip on Morales.
I wonder if either teams are going to go for the well snipe, because it looks like Cho'Gall is heading over there right now to maybe do just that. I did drop the vision here. Do it, do it, do it.
That's so dirty.
It is. It really is. Just absolutely blowing that up. It's down. That's going to make it a little bit harder for the solo laner. But
it's murky.
If it's murky, not maybe the biggest deal.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it is cheap, but you know what? Now I gotta. I'm just open for this murky right now.
Alright, Cho'Gall being the target here. Bit of damage going out onto him, but he's going to be able to get his way out of there.
Red team draws first blood.
Down goes the Murky. Does that really count as first blood?
It's like half.
You think yourself worthy to wield the dragon knight's
I don't know.
power?
So we got looks like Bribe on the Murky. I don't know. I don't play enough Murky or with enough Murky players to kind of know what his builds do. So I'm kind of excited. This is, I think, the first Murky game I've casted.
I am a QM Murky main.
Why am I not surprised?
All right, we do see TRSG Knights picking up the siege camp here. Siege camp, all camps up and available to be grabbed here. Cool Cats and Kittens not quite getting onto any of theirs now. And here are the points unlocking. So Dragon Knight up and available if one of the teams can manage to hold these points and channel it here.
So we're going to see Blue stepping on it first. We're going to see Murder
Hold on, there's no one here to stop this. The minion doesn't even get it either. Dragon Knight going over to Cool Cats and Kittens, uncontested here. No one even mid to stop that channel. Too busy grabbing camps, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a 2-minute Dragon Knight before. I mean, he's not even going to make it to the bot lane. He's going to kick Malthael down to the bot camp there. Getting real low there. He's going to have to step out.
The one thing is they're really not getting any value off this Dragon Knight. It just got shredded so quickly, and camps had to be cleared in the bottom and top lane by the rest of Cool Cats and Kittens. So kind of really just ended up being all even at the end of the day here.
Hero slain.
There goes the Murky getting picked again up top by the Malthael.
Yep,
Rainer's
first,
sitting up there to
second,
try
and
and help.
blood going towards Murky.
Yeah,
there.
they did manage to get a little bit of damage onto this top wall though. They're gonna get one tower here. Oh, never mind. I thought Rainer was gonna finish it off.
Do you know if Murky hits a Cho'Gall with a slime, does that count as 2?
I don't think so. It's 1. Yeah, you can just see it. He just used it there. 1 stack, 1 up.
So that would be really kind of broken if that was the case.
We do see Cool Cats and Kittens on the siege camp now. Murky doing what he can to kind of double soak. Look for those bribe stacks. I guess I've just decided to let Murky kind of roam the mid-bottom lanes instead of sitting top. So we now have Rainer facing off against the Malthael in the top lane. Rainer's been top a lot of the time.
Yeah, he's going to trade great into the Malthael there, but like you said, Murky's going to be able to roam around, do whatever he wants. Having the Cho'Gall does, take 1 less body, and he's going to be able to grab just so much value elsewhere.
Kira going in, gets the stun onto the Cho'Gall. But Morales is there, ready to heal everyone up. We have the pufferfish being dropped by Murky, just trying to scare him in the back line on a flank here. But it's a Murky, so not too much he can do. Malthael's rotated down now, getting caught out here. Kira lands a stun onto him, and the rest of the team just following up, and down goes the Malthael. They're abandoning this camp, they managed to pick up this camp, and now Cool Cats and Kittens needing to clear that up. Rainer just free pushing top.
Rainer, yeah, he's gonna get that fountain the fair way, like everybody should. Break out down here in the bot lane.
Look at him go, just sieging down top. He's gonna be able to cap that top dragon shrine. But TRSG Knights holding bottom right now. Sleep goes out onto the Cho'Gall. Lots of damage. We're gonna see the stun coming out from the Kira. And he's kind of just stuck back here, getting quite low. Anna doing all she can to put some damage onto him too. You see some of the poison from her and Kira stacking up, and that's going to be the kill onto Cho'Gall. So 2 members on the side of TRSG Knights down for that kill.
Yeah, we're going to see the rotation there mid, and we should be able to see Rainer just kind of outpoke the Malthael here. As pings come, they're going to try and rotate up here. But we're going to see Morales rotate up there as well, knowing that a few members of Cool Cats and Kittens are just going to rotate up here onto her Malthael.
So they're going to set up for the mid interrupt. We also have Anna and Murky trying to steal this siege giant camp over here. Murky holding on the point. The rest of the team kind of rotating to catch them here. I mean, if Murky goes down, no big deal, but hopefully the rest of the team able to get out of there. Maybe even creating enough space for Murden to get that Dragon Knight again. There we go. And here goes the kick out onto the Malthael, sent into the mid-fort wall and fort, and down he goes. What a great kick coming out from the dragon. Love to see that.
Yeah, A+ here. So really risky. We're going to see the medallion get popped onto Jaina there to avoid getting booted across that bridge there. But you don't see many teams take this up top onto the, they call it a bridge of death. We're going to see Hyperion come out to maybe try and finish off this fort, but I don't think it's going to have enough to finish it, but real close on that.
Yeah, that could have just been wanting to kind of clear out the top lane and make it a little bit harder for the solo laner to ever step up to cap the top shrine, but you're right. Don't normally see Dragon Knight go top. It's usually the push in bottom because you have all the camps down there to help with the siege. Cho'Gall getting a little bit caught out here. Kira just misses the grapple and then the revolving sweep onto him. So he's going to be able to walk away fine. And now Cool Cats and Kittens looking to pick up their siege camp.
Yep, we're going to see a full sleep build from Ana here, but we are going to get March of the Murlocs instead of the Octo Grab, which is going to boost up Rainer's overall damage, and we see Final Strike as well. So they have a lot of kill potential and just kill secure on the side, and we don't even have 10s yet on the side of Team Rainbow Strike Go Knights.
Right, we have Malthael picking up that bruiser camp in the top lane. Now kind of looking at the flank onto Raynor here.
Hero slain.
Raynor looking to try and finish out that top fort. Murky falls again. Raynor now just trying to get away here. He pops that self-healing. Out comes the last rites, and he is going to fall. Malthael looking to retreat now before he gets rotated on, and he's going to get out of here safe and sound.
Yeah, it feels real bad when you're trading into a...
oh, unless he's turning back around. Here comes the stun from the Kira. Looking to try and finish her out. Went for the grapple, didn't quite connect, and then follow up with the final strike, and again, just misses. Malthael safe and sound once again.
Gosh, so close there. Just a great rotation up to the top there. Just kind of wiggle out of that final strike.
Shrines awaken.
Look at this Murky just like,
Who will wield the dragon
just being an annoying little fly in this 4-stack down in the bottom, trying to get his slime stacks done.
But yeah, just like you said, providing so much pressure for his team elsewhere. Like it's taking, 4 people to deal with this Murky down here in the bot lane.
He needs to be careful here. His egg just fell, so if he dies, this is going to be a full death timer for him, and he's stepping up. I'm so scared for him. Be careful, Murky.
Control both shrines, and the Dragon Knight's power is
We did have
All right.
Raynor and Ana picking up the top bruiser camp to help kind of push that in. Maybe finally finish out this top fort. There's really no health left on this thing. Hyperion coming out. He did manage to cap top shrine. And here comes the medevac from the Morales, taking the entire team top. Unfortunately, a little bit late. Didn't manage to catch any members of Cool Cats and Kittens lingering around up there. They have all rotated down to the mid and are starting to siege that up. Murky capping the bottom shrine. And now they're calling the retreat.
Yep, Pink's coming out. They're going to see them on the camp wave there to step back. No, they're going to rotate down here.
That top fort just still hanging on there, too.
167 health.
Cho'Gall getting caught out here, and he just gets deleted. Raynor getting the kill there with the help of everyone else there to support him on his team. Morales now getting caught, throws out the grenade to try and heal for herself, but it's not going to work out. Down she goes. Jaina now in a little bit of a sticky situation. Final strike goes out, does not connect. Here comes the ring, catches a couple members of Cool Cats and Kittens, but not enough to save her.
And that is a 4-for-0 trade for Cool Cats and Kittens. As we see Murky down there just trying to deal with this Malthael who's holding this camp down. We're going to see Cho'Gall pop up here. And last right's going to get that stack onto it for Malthael.
Here comes Kira, lands the grapple onto the Malthael. Now looking for the revolving sweep. Doesn't connect. Needs to be careful because she's slightly under towers, but it doesn't matter. Down goes the Malthael as well. They're going to be able to cap that bottom Dragon Shrine and look to cap the Dragon now in mid with one member down on the side of TRSG Knights. Level 16s going to be hit first by Cool Cats and Kittens here. About half a level away.
Yeah, this is a whole nother game here. We got 9 kills out on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Like you said, 16 here, just coming up here. So a 3-level lead for Cool Cats and Kittens here. With that Murky, we're going to see Jaina capping that Sun Shrine. And Murky's just doing his whole thing down here on that bot bruiser camp. And we'll see the other members rotate over on the Giants camp.
This is great. They already have the Giants from TRSG Knights that they stole there, pushing in bottom lane. So they're going to have their Giants as well as a bruiser camp to siege bottom, which is going to have to cause TRSG Knights to send a lot of resources down to clear out that bottom lane. Right now, 4 members of the team sitting in the top lane here. They're looking for that rotation onto the Malthael. Stun landed by the Muradin. Had the Unstoppable pop before the final, or the leaping revolving sweep could land on the Kira, and down goes the Malthael.
Yeah, there's quite a different build that you see on, because usually you see the trait build on Kira, but she's going the Q build, and quite interesting. I'm going to have to mess with that one a little bit. Looks like Sway Wolf is just having time of his life here.
Just something to note too. Oh, hang on, let's see what happens off this ring here. It looks like Murky the only one probably about to be caught here. I mean, it's Murky.
The poor
no
guy.
one's too worried. Melthiel at 13 still talented into the inevitable end, so he has a gladiator's medallion and the inevitable end to cleanse himself in these situations. And we did see one of them being popped in that bottom lane. I'm not sure if they're both on cooldown, but basically he's got 2 cleanses on him right now.
Yeah, so he did go on a pale horse, but taking the other one, he could have got a little bit, almost a pseudo third one with that movement speed to kind of get himself out of a few sticky situations.
All right, Cho'Gall and the healer on TRSG Knights capping that bottom shrine. So Cool Cats and Kittens not able to channel this dragon quite yet. Level 16 still a little bit away for the side of TRSG Knights, and they kind of need that just to contest or fight into Cool Cats and Kittens. Level 16 kind of gives Cho'Gall that power spike that he needs. He needs to be a bit careful here because he is by himself. Some members missing. And again, they're not that level 16 yet. Muradin dwarf tosses into TRSG Knights looking for the pick onto that Cho'Gall. Is going to use that shove to get out of there. And here comes the Hyperion from the Rainer. We have Melthiel on his way down here. Level 16 so close to being hit here. And there we go. Level 16 is picked up by TRSG Knights, now on equal talent tiers. Now would be the time to try and look for that fight. Melthiel picking up the Bruiser camp. So as soon as he gets that out, this might be the fight we need. Hopefully not taking too long because there's a couple times they've missed interrupting on this channel for the Dragon. In goes the Cho'Gall. Already taking a ton of damage. Morales has the heal onto him. He's going to pop his ult. Catching the Muradin, who has his avatar up. Ring goes out, connects onto the Rainer. Rainer getting chunked down in the back by Jaina. Down goes the Cho'Gall and Melthiel almost simultaneously here. And it followed up by the Morales. Jaina now getting chased down, pops the ice block, but it's not going to be enough to save her. She was going to fall here as well.
Pentakill for the Kira.
Beautiful.
20s, 5 dead. I think they're going to push bottom here. I think that's the call, and we're going to see a core call here.
I'm impressed by the Kira plays, to be honest. It's not a hero.
Like I said,
it's not a hero I would have expected somebody to pick up in this division. I think she is a little bit higher skill of a hero, and she's just coming in here and getting a pentakill. Like, GG easy. We got this.
Yeah.
They want to take it to game number 3, and I think that's what's going to happen here, because Cool Cats and Kittens killing that core, winning this game. GG's, well played.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but all that poison damage coming out, I guess that makes sense on the Q build because, you know, that's where Lieutenant Morales does kind of fail. So if she's getting the splash poison damage on everybody else, she's got to pick one of her teammates to heal them and can't heal anybody else. So, but yeah, great job. 8-7-0 on the stat line there for Kira. 15-4 in terms of kills. And I think, yeah, definitely, I think the MVP of that match goes over to Beowulf on that Kira.
Yeah, no, that was great. You love to see just pentakill all on one person. It's usually hard to do in this game because it's not like there's no such thing as kill stealing, so it's unusual to see all the kills go over to one player there. 8-0 on that Kira, pumping out 21k damage here. Not a very high damage game, 22k highest on the enemy team here. But very well played on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, coming out not afraid of that Cho'Gall and managing to hold their own.
Yeah, and I was trying to look at all the talents there to see if there was any percent base damage because there's quite a few times where I'm guessing it was probably just the ace in the hole from Rainer just getting that extra damage on Cho'Gall because there's points where his health was just getting chunked down pretty drastically.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so like you said, game 3, and the choice is going over to Team Rainbow Strike Go Knights. Let's see, my guess is first pick. That seems what most teams try to lean towards. But we'll see.
What did Do you remember what TRSG Knights ended up banning in the second game? I know they went with the ETC and Brightwing again. What was their third ban? I know that's super... probably not memorable.
Well, cool. I'm trying to think what... Because I think Cool Cats and Kittens... Did they ban the KT? No, that was Cool Cats and Kittens. Cool Cats and Kittens banned Abathur and Kael'thas. That's actually a good question.
That's okay. It's not a big deal. I just missed it in my note-taking. I have been so impressed with how many of these games go to a game number 3. I have only had one match that I've casted this whole season be a clean sweep. So
I mean, I'm not sure if it's like maybe an overconfidence thing or maybe like an underconfidence thing where most teams kind of go in the first game, kind of maybe get smacked in the mouth there a little bit and just come out game 2 ready to go. And it makes it exciting. It's, you know, a lot of these divisions are evenly matched. Sometimes some outliers get kind of placed a little low, but usually these divisions are pretty competitive.
No, I was just going to say it's a testament to how well the organizers for NGS do in placing these teams into the divisions that they get placed into. We do have a lobby coming up here. We are going to be going to Volskaya Foundry for our next game.
Ooh, I remember. It was Rexar. Rexar was the ban for...
Oh, yes, you're right.
Just randomly thought of it. I don't know why, but yeah, it was a Rexar ban.
All right, Volskaya Foundry. Let me just update this in our map selection here. And we can take a look at where we've been and where we're going in just a moment.
All right, so everybody else getting funneled in here. This map is a great control point map. Do we see a Murky ban, maybe a Kira ban? I definitely wouldn't blame them for the targeted Kira ban here. Or could be a choke call again. They might just let it through because they were able to beat it.
Okay, it looks like this was picked by Cool Cats and Kittens. Meaning that, let's just pop over to our map selection here. Meaning that TRSG Knights deciding to go with the first pick after their loss in game number 2. So if you're just tuning in, here's how it played out. We did have Cool Cats and Kittens win the coin toss and opt for first pick for game number 1. They banned out Alterac Pass and Towers of Doom. TRSG Knights banning out Battlefield of Eternity and Cursed Hollow, taking us to Tomb of the Spider Queen on game number 1, where they picked up the win. Game number 2, we had TRSG Knights picking up the map Dragonshire, but Cool Cats and Kittens picking up the win. Game number 3, we are headed to Volskaya Foundry. This one picked by Cool Cats and Kittens, as TRSG Knights has opted to go with that first pick option after their loss in game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, you can almost say game 1 was just kind of swung either which way on that boss play there. So that could have been a potential 2-0 for Cool Cats and Kittens. But here we are, game 3, both teams slapping that R button to signify that they are ready to get into this draft. We could see a Sylvanas. Yep, that we're ready to go as well.
That we're ready to. I think they're just waiting on us.
Yeah, Sylvanas is really good here with the Merc Queen being able to pump out a little extra damage with those turrets.
Yeah, surprisingly, that's always my go-to pick on this or Hanamura, and I haven't been seeing her played a lot. Like, at all, really. In any league. Like, any division. Yeah, she's just kind of overlooked. I don't know. I don't know why. I think she's really great here.
Yeah, because she hasn't been touched. I don't know if maybe just other things nerfed or buffed around her that makes her, more or less powerful. But I mean, I agree with you. I think she's a go-to on this. Towers of Doom is another one where she's good at because she gets some more damage out of those pumpkins.
Yeah, and just shutting down the keeps as well to easily take them.
Yep.
But yeah, I haven't really seen her played really at all. All right, Kael'thas ban again on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. The Brightwing being taken away. Both bans we saw in game number 2.
Must be an absolute god tier Brightwing. And they're banning the show themselves. So I don't know if that was maybe an accident, because Chair Glue was the Cho player, unless if he went to hover it. But he may have banned it by accident. But there is an Abathur ban.
We saw the Abo ban come out last game from Cool Cats and Kittens as well. So that might be target ban onto TRSG Knights.
I bring the mega death.
And the Cowboy himself going to get the first pick there. Very good first pick, first ban worthy. I think in the current meta with that Encore at 13. Maybe we see the Johanna to come out here to kind of just deal with that with just a W.
I was thinking, every single match up to this point, they've been banning ETC, but they have first pick this time. Are they looking to grab him? And that's exactly what it was.
For the alliance above
All right, and then we're going to see this lovely combo. We're going to see Horvath on that Muradin again, but we're going to be able to see Lub grab that Anduin, and we'll get to see a Light Bomb Muradin Dwarf Toss combo.
I'm not checking
This
in.
realm needs me.
So you're calling it
Gross.
now? It's going to be Dwarf Toss?
Well, no, just
sorry.
Yeah, but Light Bomb would be my guess. Yeah, I don't know what the ability is called. I thought it was Dwarf Toss, but now that you said it, I think that's the level.
No. I misheard you and repeated it and realized what you said.
Oh, okay.
I was
okay.
thinking for some reason you were talking about Haymaker. We have the Anna Li Ming being picked up on the side of TRSG Knights. Interesting thing here is Synclip has played the heal role the first 2 games and now picking up the ETC and switching up roles. So we had Howlin' Knight on the Gaul the last 2 games, and then it's now flexing onto the heal role.
Yeah, because I know Cheroklu, when I actually played with them a handful of times. They are a really good offlaner. Rexar could be good on this map. We're going to see the Jimmy ban here. But with the Malfield ban, I'm curious on what maybe they pick up. Maybe they put Deathwing in the 4-man, or maybe use Deathwing as the offlaner, because he can kind of be a pain in the butt on these choke points. So to me, it looks like they're probably going to try a front-to-back comp ETC, quite squishy. So Tychus trait, and then my guess is maybe I've been seeing a ton of Gul'dan Life Leech build of late, but we're going to see a Maiev coming out here. Love to see it. So maybe a little bit more damage coming out here into a potential Warden's Cage.
Glory to the Horde.
I like this pickup here. Maiev, again, one of those heroes that I don't typically expect to see in Division D plays. She's a very difficult hero to play, but I will say that this could be a beautiful wombo combo coming out from the side of TRSG Knights right here. You have the Earthquake, you have the Warden's Cage, you have the Mosh, have everyone just stuck in there with a Li Ming nano boosted, get resets on everyone. It could be just beautiful plays, and I'm super excited to see how they execute these alts together. On the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, they're picking up that Reg again. And I think this is,
just another lava wave. Going to be able to deal with kind of any pressure that Knights will be able to put out here. But I'm with you. I think the Wombo combo is available there, but we have the Anduin on the Yeet of Faith, going to be able to save maybe 1 or 2 people. But if the whole team's caught in the mosh pit, they may be looking for trouble. But depending on Rag's ult, they do have 5 interrupts for the mosh pit.
It's funny that they actually had a Tychus player the entire time into Cho'Gall, and they've never picked him. Right? Anyone else surprised by that?
Yeah, I kind of thought that when it was picked up, I was like, oh, there it is.
Finally opting to grab him this time. But here we are, game number 3. Cool Cats and Kittens versus TRSG Knights. We are on Volskaya Foundry, and on the left-hand side, we have Cool Cats and Kittens with Beowulf on the Reg, Descalada on the Gul'dan, Desperado on the spinning Tychus. Yes.
10 seconds.
Horvath on the Muradin and Libidium on that Anduin.
5, 4,
All right, and over in the red trunks for the Knights, we have Cherglue picking up that Thrall, Salem on the Maiev, Sinclip on ETC, Lugo X on Li Ming, and Howlin' Knight on Ana.
Alright, so I'm kind of expecting to see the Thrall Reg match up in the bottom lane, but last time when we had the Reg as the expected solo laner, that's not what happened, so we're going to have to just wait and see how it plays out here.
Sinclip getting really low, just kind of staying a little too close to that Tychus there, but we're going to see E-Build, Pursuit of Vengeance coming out on the Maiev, so it looks like we're going to be trying to dive in there and just tether as much as possible and kind of boosting up that up a little bit.
Here comes Reg, looking to get some damage onto this Maiev top, but she does pop her trait and kind of avoids a bit of damage and is looking to back up now, and she's going to walk away. Not without taking a bit of damage in the process, but still living. So,
yeah, so it looks like these teams want a 1-3-1, which you don't see very often. And, usually you see the 4-man rotate in between top and mid, and then you have your solo lane down in the bottom. But Gul'dan, one of the mages that can
Reg, oh, what is that rotation? Oh my goodness, how did he get away with that? Walked right through all 4 members of TRSG Knights without even taking a single auto attack damage from any of them. We do have turrets up and available. They've been up for about 25 seconds here. Cool Cats and Kittens finishing up theirs now. TRSG Knights getting onto their turret right now. This does leave Cool Cats and Kittens with the opportunity to just go ahead and do that biotic emitter, as the members of TRSG Knights have not picked up their turret camp now. They kind of have that space created if they want to do that. Instead, they're picking up their siege camp. I'm not a fan of this. I'm sorry, Cool Cats and Kittens. I mean, unless they hold off capping this, it just means that it's going to get cleared out and you're not going to get as much value as you would have if you were to have waited closer to when objective spawns in. Objective coming up in a minute now, so it's going to get into the lane. It's going to get cleared out. And like I said, you're not getting as much value as you could have going for that camp there. I think definitely forcing the biotic emitter would have been a great play for them.
We're going to see a play. We're going to see the root miss onto that UTC. They're going to slide away pretty well, but maybe they can use it as a deterrent for that biotic emitter, but not. We're going to see Li Ming kind of scouting that out a little bit. They're going to count their bruiser camp, as well as we see E coming out onto the UTC, E coming out, Salem getting the pullback and the flip. We're going to see the Udifate coming out onto Tychus there. And we're just going to see Rag trading pretty handily into Li Ming there. She's going to have to back for this, but we're going to see 2 members rotate. Li Ming's not going to go back quite yet. We're going to see maybe that rotation on the gank onto Beowulf. But again, he's going to be able to.
Well, down in the bottom, though, Thrall getting stunned by the Muradin. Rest of the team there to follow up on the damage, and down he goes. So like I said, the early pickups on the camps just mean that everyone was kind of available to clear them up before they can do much value during the objective phase. Biotic emitter not even touched. Power slide going out onto Desperado here. He does have that turret to drop if he's about to go down. He does get rid of that just in case. But he will survive. Almost getting picked off by the missiles there at the end, but still making it behind the gate for a tap. Anduin doing what he can to heal him up. Cool Cats and Kittens, about 25% channel onto this objective right now. Does look like TRSG Knights going for the biotic emitter play here, so they're going to have a couple items to drop down at this objective. They force the turret out. The turret's going to be, you know, pretty much down by the time they get there. A little more than quarter time left on it. And they're walking in, looking for the engage. Ana a little bit forward here. Biotic emitter gets dropped down. Goes the turret as well, I believe. Like, they dropped a turret somewhere, but it must have got deleted so fast because I couldn't see it at all. But they definitely had one on them, and it's gone now.
Yeah, so they do have the other turrets. We're going to see the other one come up on the side of the Knights. So both guns able to get worked on here as soon as possible. But Gul'dan rotating down bottom a little low to kind of deal with that Thrall. But,
so here's
a
a little tip for people playing on Volskaya. If you get on your turret camp right away, at 1 minute, it's going to be up and available for you guys to take again during the objective phase. So you can end up having 2 turrets for objective. So that's just the benefit, as you see here, because Cool Cats and Kittens got their turret out much earlier than TRSG Knights. Their turret was up a little bit before TRSG Knights. Their turret is up now. Anna getting really low here. Stun goes out, but Li Ming hits it. It's not going to be enough to save her, though. Murden walks in and finishes her off with an auto attack. Not for free, though. We did see the rag fall, and this is TRSG Knights getting the channel on objective once again. And like I said, they can back up to pick up that turret if they want. Li Ming landing a beautiful orb missile combo onto that Gul'dan. He's going to fall here. Out comes a root from the Thrall, catching the Tychus and Muradin. Both of them able to walk away without losing their lives, though. And both teams pretty even on XP now as well.
Yep, and we're going to see the first objective going over to the side of the Knights here. Let's see what they want to do with it. We see some pings coming out onto that mid wall, but they're going to say, nay, that is not what we're going to do. We're going to rotate up here and try and get this top fountain to make a better team fight and play for the second objective.
Yeah, absolutely. This is pretty standard play coming out here as you take that Triglav Protector top, start sieging in the top part of the wall, go straight for the fountain first before taking down the bottom tower. And then by then, you're probably looking to back up because first Triglav Protector doesn't really last too long here. Luckily, they have ETC and Maiev in it, so they can pop out a little bit forward without any worries. Power Slide connecting onto the Tychus. Uses his running gun, leaping, or Yeet of Faith, Leap of Faith coming out from the Anduin. Just save him there, and he's going to be able to survive. Level 10's online for both teams now. Let's just take a look at the talents we have picked up here on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. We have that Lava Wave coming out, Avatar from the Muradin, Light Bomb from the Anduin, the Gul'dan opting to take Horrify, and Commandeer Odin being picked up by the Tychus. On the right side, let's just see what happens at this camp first before we get into that. Muradin in there to contest. Light Bomb going out onto the Muradin. Catches a couple members of TRSG Knights. Thrall in the backline, though, getting kind of low. He does have that Earthquake popped. Out comes the Warden Cage. Manages to catch the Gul'dan and the Anduin in it. Power Slide going out onto them. ETC making sure to keep them around for this fight while the rest of the team deals with the Muradin in the backline, who decided... I guess he didn't decide. He didn't want to die, but he did die. 3 members down on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Yeah, I think on the side of TRSG Knights, it's pretty much the ults we expected. I will say Ming's got to be a bit careful about when she uses that Wave of Force because you definitely don't want to be messing up a mosh pit. So I was expecting Disintegrate, but you know, Wave of Force can work as well.
Yeah, and I will say that camp that they grabbed earlier I didn't see them cap the second one. If that was still the first one, they got a happy report off of that that Bruiser camp from earlier.
All right, there's going to be a fight over this Biotic Emitter now. ETC eating a nice bit of poison damage from the Gul'dan. That is the Biotic Emitter down. ETC power sliding onto the point. Out comes the Mosh, immediately interrupted. They do have turrets to drop here if they want to. We do see some turrets being put down. ETC still holding on the point. Anna doing all she can to heal him up. What a beautiful job Anna is doing. That is going to be a 3-for-1 in favor of TRSG Knights here, though. My goodness, the healing from Anna. I don't know how many times ETC was like negative health there with poison damage on him, and Anna was just sitting there the entire time, managing to keep him up, not missing a healing dart at all.
Yeah, that's... See, I like grenade build. I know that's not really the build, but in team fights like that, you can kind of just get lucky and throw a grenade and with your trait active and just spam Q as much as possible, just to try and keep somebody up. Now, where did he go? And you know what? Honestly, ETC did go Guitar Hero, and he is going the auto attack build, which does just present him with so much sustain as well. You know, only Muradin Q being able to kind of stun him, if not the Light Bomb, out of those auto attacks. So he's going to be able to kind of keep himself alive as well.
I do want to say, too, that he, of course, talented into that Encore at 13, so he's going to have the cooldown on his ultimate when he hits heroes with his face melt. Here's Cool Kittens and Kittens going for that turret invade, but it's not going to be for free. Out comes the Warden's Cage. Light Bomb connects onto the ETC. Again, still 20 seconds until Mosh is up. So not much he can do there. We have the Earthquake dropped, and I mean, TRSG Knights just doing a great job of defending these camps and ending up winning the team fights over them. They did get the pick onto the Tychus and all managed to back out. A bit low health, but still alive and ready to rumble, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just Li Ming, if you can secure those kills, you just kind of get those resets and it just kind of snowballs from there in a lot of these team fights. And, you know, you just kind of have nightmares about that sound. I don't know, at least I know I do. And, yeah, you cast in some of these matches and even against me, just some really nasty Li Ming players out there.
Yeah, definitely. Li Mings can get really scary. You get those resets and all of a sudden the entire team is just dropping like flies around you. All right, I had some people saying you were a bit quiet for them, so I just turned you up in Discord. You guys let me know if that's still a bit of an issue for you.
Okay, we're going to see some Q resets coming out for the Maya there. She's looking for the E, but she's going to get chunked about half health there from the Tychus. Lava Wave coming out here. We'll see the Meatball coming out. We'll see Q coming out for Tychus, but the Sleep Dark will come in. We're going to see Maya getting this 2-man Umbral Bind, but all the damage getting dumped out onto Light Bomb coming out. Oh my goodness, Sheriff Blue's going to try and snake out of there. We're all kind of living forever. The Bio Emitter being dropped, but not enough for Howling Knight. We're going to see the Warden's Cage coming out. Going to see a double pull there between Maiev and the Warden's Cage as we see Murden jump in, maybe get a Q onto this Anna, maybe drop that turret to kind of keep I'm sorry, I can't even talk right now. Eat of Faith coming out there. But just drop the turret and maybe give your team a little bit of space to kind of reposition and get topped off.
So much going on in that fight there. The Maiev just managed to juke and jive all around trying to avoid getting picked off, and it worked out for her. Anna now healing her up. But that was 2 members of TRSG Knights going down there to the 1 on Cool Cats and Kittens. They're going to look to pick up this Biotic Emitter while waiting for the rest of their teammates to spawn in here. They do have the level 16 advantage on the side of TRSG Knights now. Still up a turret and now a Biotic Emitter for the re-engage here. Stun going out onto the Maiev. Now looking at the Ray getting picked up. Mosh being cast by the ETC. Earthquake coming out from the Thrall here. Members of TRSG getting low with a Murden just stuck in the back line. Maiev getting caught here. Poison damage going out to her. She drops the Biotic Emitter. Thrall manages to pick that up though before Cool Cats and Kittens can get to it. He drops that. It's going to help heal his team out. But here comes a Horrify from the Gul'dan. ETC sent into the lines of Cool Cats and Kittens, and he's going to fall here. Anna doing all she can to try and heal up her team and get them out of there.
Yeah, great job. You know, even winning taking 2 kills off of the Knights, down 16s to capture this, and it looks like they will be able to capture the second objective of the match.
All right, I adjusted Daxx up a bit more now, so hopefully that's sounding a bit better.
Oh no, usually I get yelled at for being too loud.
You're super loud in my ears, but apparently not loud enough for
sorry.
stream. No, you're okay, okay.
All right, and I'd like to see this on the engages if you are on the defense of the Triglav Protectors, kind of ignoring it and diving on the back line to kind of put that the 2 people in it, whether they push hard or help defend their team. So they're going to get almost no value as long as they don't get any kills here. But Maiev getting really low, going to be able to get taken out by Murden there. Cherry-Blue getting a little low, missing the old Falcon Punch from the Triglav Protector. It's going to have that tap available. Sinclip getting a little low there. Going to be able to walk out of there. But we're going to see maybe the first keep here. A tremendous fear coming out there, but we're going to see both of the medallions get popped, but Thrall's not going to be able to get out of there. We're going to see... oh my gosh, I can't even think of the name of that ult right now.
Odin?
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't see Tychus very often. But yeah. Great sieging tool to be able to finish off that keep.
Yeah, down goes the top keep of TRSG Knights here. Kind of amazing turnaround from Cool Cats and Kittens, winning that fight down to talent here, grabbing that objective, and then sieging straight down the top to take out a keep. Next objective does spawn in the bottom, so this is going to mean that there's going to be constant catapults needing to be cleared out in the top lane of TRSG Knights during this next objective phase. Cool Cats and Kittens just doing the camps now, grabbing that turret camp, now doing the rotation onto the siege camp. Again, here's another pickup. I really wish they just would have hold off a little bit on grabbing this siege camp. They're playing a fantastic game, but there's still a couple things that obviously could be improved upon. If they were to wait a little bit to grab that closer to when objective spawns, they're going to have the katas and a siege camp pressuring the core this time of TRSG Knights. Instead, oh, sorry.
Nope, I was going to say we're just going to see the Knights going down pot to take care of that fountain to even out that third fight here on Objective C. We're going to see the Biotic maybe get picked up, and we're going to see them push maybe a core call here if they can get a pick here. Looks like they're rotating in on Chair Glue, who's going to try and sneak out of half health. Rag's going to pop that E to catch up to him, but he's not going to have enough to get there. And Chair Glue's going to make it back to the Hall of Storms.
Yeah, Reg, even having that double blast wave, it wasn't quite enough speed to catch up the space between him and Thrall. They're going to get that mid fort as well as the fountain here if they stick around for a second. I know Muradin looks like he wants it, but the rest of the team rotating down to the turret camp right now. This is a risky call for Cool Cats and Kittens. They have the lead right now. They just need to back up and get that level 20. I think they kind of realized that because they backed off the camp. They popped the Horrify to get everyone off of it. Unfortunately, they've also popped Odin, so now they're down a couple alts. Here comes Maiev. Lands that bind and pulls the Muradin in, and just a ton of poison damage coming out there.
Yeah, it's just I didn't see the stacks. I didn't see if he finished that quest, but yeah, he is going E build, not the Drain Life build. So those tight little choke points. Yeah, he's Gul'dan. Yeah.
No. I was just like stacks. You're talking about Gul'dan, right?
Oh yes. I'm sorry. Yes, Gul'dan stacks. I didn't see if he had completed that quest, but
yeah, it's been done now. I don't know for how long, but he's finished it out, so it is starting to hurt if you stand in all the waves of that. Muradin jumping in, looking at that Ana, lands the stun onto her. Maiev trying to create some space, lands the bind on and goes the opposite way to try and save the Ana, and now looking to get herself out of there, and she's gonna manage that somehow. Warden's Cage goes out, and then she uses her blink just to manage to survive. Ana sitting here to heal her up and keep her safe. Cool
Great job dodging that meatball, because knowing my luck, I would have got hit by that meatball rolling through the wall there.
No, she just came in and it was like, "Don't worry, Ana, I'm not gonna let you go down without a fight." That was real nice play by the Maiev there.
Yeah, and what turn of events here? Level 20s, point C.
Turret camp up again on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Are going to grab that. So this is a lot of toys for them to drop on this next point. At least one turret and a biotic emitter. I thought they had two, but it looks like they did drop one during one of the fights here. TRSG Knights does have one turret as well, though. And we have the lava wave coming out. Personally, I would have sent this one top. Because you're going to have katas pressuring the core. You clear out 2 waves top, and now all of a sudden you're going to have 2 katas on core, a 3rd wave coming up, 3 katas on the core of TRSG Knights if you sent that lava wave top. Instead, they're just deciding to siege this mid keep, letting TRSG Knights get some channel onto this for a bit. Leaving Thrall down there. He steps off long enough. Here comes a Molten Core from the Reg. Catches Li Ming in a stun here. ETC getting caught out a little bit. Uses his power slide to try and disengage and run away. Meanwhile, still on the bottom, Thrall and Muradin battling it out over the objective.
Yeah, just staying on either side, just letting it channel. I mean, it's in the best interest of Cool Cats and Kittens. I mean, as long as Chair Glue's on it, they don't lose any of the channel, so they're gonna be able to time it out. But he steps up. The rest of the team's gonna rotate. Chair Glue's gonna try and get out of there, but he may get caught here. I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it out of there alive. But great slide by ETC. We're gonna see the Earthquake coming down just to kind of slow them down. Amazing amount of poison damage coming out, and the heals coming out from Howling Knight on that Ana have been impeccable this game. As we're going to see the Maiev go in to try and re-engage. He's got this double Upper Bind getting pulled in there. The Eat of Faith coming out on the Gul'dan, but we're going to leave Portychus in there to die for the team. Light Bomb not getting quite cast off there, and then the healing camp getting dropped there as well.
Blue team has taken control of the sector.
But yeah, we're going to see then blue team, Cool Cats and Kittens, being able to get the Trigger off protected. They're going to march this thing right down the middle here, but it's slowly getting whittled away by Thrall and ETC. We're going to see the rest of the team meet them here in the middle to try and defend as much as possible on this middle keep here, and as we see, maybe a core call here. But we only have Anduin and Gul'dan left in the back line to kind of deal with the rest of the members of Rainbow Strike Knights, as we're still waiting on Pike for 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough time trying to do a core call down a member 4v5 underneath the enemy core. Power slide connecting onto the Ragnaros. Leap of Faith pulling him back out to safety here. This is going to be the rest of the team probably looking to disengage, at least until the Tychus is back up. But again, they're opening...
call it all.
They're opening up the map. So next Triglaw Protector should be game if they manage to win this. They do need to be careful because Tychus just spawning in. If they try to take a fight here, he's not going to be here in time for it. But Thrall having to sit on the core, clearing those katas, coming in the mid and top lanes.
Yeah, quite risky trying to invade the turret camp there on their side of the map, real close, but a little slow on the rotation from the Knights. But they're going to try and trade maybe both turrets for this heal camp here. So we may see the final boss fight here.
And we see Odin being popped by Tychus. ETC looking to try and disengage now, but in goes the Maiev, landing the bind. We have the Unstoppable coming out on the Reg, and he's going to walk away from that Maiev pull. Thrall just kind of flanking on the back line, doing a lot of damage onto the Tychus and the Gul'dan. ETC getting quite low. He still has a turret to drop if he wants to, but it looks like they've chased away Cool Cats and Kittens. They can grab this biotic emitter, get Anna to heal them up, and get ready for this next fight.
Yeah, an amazing job. Everybody not trying to die there. Everyone being able to get out. So great ult usage there. I saw one particular moment where the light bomb was used to keep ETC from sliding on the team when they were real low to get out of there.
Yeah, managing to save the Gul'dan in the process. I believe he popped it onto the Gul'dan, who had barely no health left, but the light bomb giving him enough shields and the CC to allow him to disengage and walk away. Cool Cats and Kittens ready to contest this camp on the side of TRSG Knights. And this is going to go over to Cool Cats and Kittens. The unfortunate thing here is TRSG Knights, if they win these fights, they still have to worry about clearing out their lanes at this point. And now Cool Cats and Kittens looking to grab that bottom keep as well. It's just a lot of lane pressure to constantly have to deal with. It makes it really hard to get anything done when you win these team fights at this point.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like you said, it's all pushed out. So that means that they have no ability to go anywhere. We'll see the mosh pit coming out. Going to be able to catch two people. And that's a LOL JK, and we're just going to be able to walk away here.
A protector is almost ready.
But not too. It used to feel real bad on ETC until that encore. So one or two good boops, and he'll have that cooldown right back up. But I was going to say, yeah, the Knights aren't going to be able to rotate, kind of go anywhere because the lanes are so pushed out.
Look at this chase for the Ragnaros here. We have Leap of Faith going out to pull him out of the mess. But he's kind of going right back in, trying to find something. ETC getting quite chunky. He still has that turret that he could drop. He does drop that here. Out comes the Earthquake. We have the bind landing onto the Murden. Gets pulled back in. Tychus slowed in this Earthquake, getting chunked down by the turret a bit. Power slide connecting onto the Murden. He's going to manage to Dwarf Toss out. We do see the light bomb connect onto him as he's escaping there, so it doesn't hit any members of TRSG Knights. And out comes Commandeer Odin as well. Again, that turret camp up and available if they want it. We still have Warden's Cage Avatar up on the side, or Warden's Cage on the side of TRSG Knights. We have the Avatar on the side of Cool Cats and Kittens, as well as that Nano Boost now up and available if they want it. But it looks like they are just going to go back, clear up their core, and let Cool Cats and Kittens take another camp from them here.
Yeah, and like you said, unfortunately, they're going to have to go back and take care of their core, clear these lanes out a little bit, and just kind of giving free channel over to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. But we're going to see Mosh Pit back up here. Earthquake did get used there, about 40 seconds on that one. And we're going to see Light Bomb back up in 5 seconds here. So again, both teams probably just trying to set up for the last team fight here.
Tychus just getting really, really chunked down here, forcing Gul'dan to use the Fear. No real plays off the Fear, and here we go, Triglaw Protector over to the side of Cool Cats and Kittens. Nano Boost out onto the Maiev, looking to get as much damage. We have the Power Slide onto the Gul'dan. Light Bomb on him though, and Leap of Faith pulling him to safety here is going to let him survive that engage. ETC now getting chased down. He's going to get picked off by the Muradin. Now it's Maiev
Oh,
going
no.
down next. And here is Howlin' Knight stuck in the back on that Ana, not able to escape. We have the Earthquake popped just to try and let Thrall get out of there. But unfortunately, a level 24 Triglaw Protector and 3 members down on the side of TRSG Knights. This is going to be game here. Unless miracles happen.
Yeah, I mean, poor Maiev just mistiming that leap there and getting caught by the laser from the Triglav. But GG's coming out. The game 3 and the match going over to Cool Cats and Kittens.
All right. Let's take a minute, look at this match summary here. I'm going to message the captain of Cool Cats and Kittens here.
But yeah, while you do that, just disgusting amount of siege damage coming out from Ragnaros there. You know, about 25,000 away from 300k siege damage, 30k soaked, basically doubling chair glue on the Thrall at 17. The later game and the more lava waves that Rag gets, it's, post level 20 doesn't really make too much of a difference, but just the XP contribution to your team to kind of keep, for a long while it was a little less back and forth. It looked kind of one-handed on the side of the Knights there, but be able to keep his team in the fights there and to take that team fight down 16s and secure 2 kills on objective B kind of re-swung it back in favor of the Cool Cats and Kittens.
All right. So we are going to have Beowulf joining us for an interview. So if you want to jump into, I'm just going to jump into lobby 1 in the NGS channel for that.
Sounds good.
And I'll leave up the match summary. You guys can take a look at the stats, and I'll swap over to talents in a moment here for you guys to take a look at that as well while we do the interview here. Beowulf, GG's, well played tonight. What a great showing, bringing it to game number 3.
Thank you. Yeah, intense games tonight for sure.
Let's talk about a little bit about your drafting here. So you must be a reg main.
I'd say it's probably my go-to.
Now when you're playing reg, do you always send a talent into Lava Wave, or do you switch it up once in a while?
I mean ARAM, when you have to go for the smash. But outside of that, no, it's Lava Wave all the way. I'm just gonna say it. I said it last season too. It's clearly the most broken ability in the game. That's all I've got to say about that. I'm gonna take it until they nerf it. So
yeah, definitely pumping up the numbers on the siege damage and XP soaked with the help of that Lava Wave there. Let's talk a little bit about your team. It seems for the most part you guys are kind of all locked into roles here. Is that what's going on here? You got a tank main, a solo lane, and you just kind of stick to those roles, or do you guys ever switch it up?
We've got a little bit of flexibility in our roster this season. So Desperado used to be our healer last season. Now he's more in a flex position for us. So I tend to be our solo lane, but he plays a lot of, kind of our X Factor picks, the Murky, which you saw, some Vikings, things that, so sometimes when the rag isn't happening and we want to get that macro play, he'll do that. Maybe not a traditional solo lane, but we kind of hand off that role a little bit. But we do have our tank support locked in.
Yeah, I was kind of watching how you guys were playing out the solo lanes, and it wasn't really what we were expecting. In game number 1, we were thinking we were going to see you down in the bottom lane, but it ended up being Falstad a lot of the time. And then same kind of thing happened. Reyna was in the top lane on Dragonschreier. So you guys mix it up a bit. It's kind of nice to see. Other than that, can you just tell me a little bit about your team? How long have you guys been playing together?
Most of us have been playing together a long time. Group of us, basically unranked players. Until we had to show ranks to register for NGS, we barely ever even did that, enough to get ranks each season. So just a squad of guys. We all kind of know each other from gaming and life, and we played a ton of unranked over the last 4 years. And last year, we were like, man, we got to try this NGS. So we got ranked, and we showed up, and just started last season was our first one, and had a great time for the most part. 3 of us are back. We brought in some 2 new players this season. Horvath, who's our tank player, actually pretty new to Heroes in general. So he's been doing really, really great job for us. playing in like a really critical role.
Mm-hmm.
And then Libidium on our heels is a longer time player, but also new to NGS. He was one of our top fans last season, though, so we brought him onto the roster.
That's awesome. No, he was doing some amazing saves in that last game on the Anduin. There was times where Gul'dan was just no health left, but the light bomb came out and allowed him to kind of create some space and get himself out of there, and some wonderful leaps of faith as well. So good job to him. Dax, do you have any questions?
Yeah, actually, I want to go to game number 1, and they first pick Cho'Gall. No sense of banning any percent base damages. Just kind of what's going I'm not sure who runs the draft for your team, but what's going through your guys' head, and how do you finish drafting out from that point on?
Yeah, so I'm the main drafter for our team, but we really do have a lot of input from everyone, really what they're feeling. Obviously, we let everyone contribute because it's their characters they're playing. And our call for playing against Cho'Gall is just really to try to out-macro them. Percent damage is nice and all, but we play Cho'Gall a lot ourselves. And so we know well the folly of trying the Leoric, Tychus, everything else, all percent damage, and it just leaves you weaker in other places. So theoretically, we just try to play the map and do what we did the next game, where we actually were able to run around. Just took a few too many fights in the first game.
Yeah, and I think that first game, I know we were casting and we were talking about it. I think it all kind of swung on that boss call there up in the top lane, and they unfortunately.
I called that boss. Yep, that was that one was on me.
No, I don't think it was a bad call.
Yeah, we were saying we don't
Jazz.
think it was a bad call. I think if you had your entire team on it, and because you ended up taking a ton of damage, and I think it was the Greymane as well, with having no tank on it right away and the Falstad not with you, because the entire enemy team, I mean, you guys couldn't see it, but they were all bottom, and they had a long rotation to come up top. But yeah, just that fight over it kind of threw it a little bit for you guys there, but it doesn't matter because you're still holding your own against a Cho'Gall, not even trying to draft into him too much to counter him. And then in game 2, you turn it around and didn't even care about the Cho'Gall again, and you won that one easily. So
yeah, congrats on the pentakill, by the way, on that Kira.
Yeah, holy, the pentakill coming out from the
that
Kira.
nano boost was real nice on that last fight. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's what we went into the second match, and we're just like, all right, we're just going to play this one exactly the way we were supposed to play the first one. And it worked out. So yeah, it's just all about playing the map against Cho'Gall. Trying to fight them is just giving them what they want. As our longtime Cho'Gall player will tell you, all he wants to do is find the enemy team and punch them in the face. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys do have Cho'Gall player on your team, because they ended up banning it in game 3.
Yeah, we were a little annoyed that they sniped it away from us in the first game.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, had the fight. Yeah, it's honestly, Division D is wild this season. I think there's multiple teams that have the Cho'Gall pocket pick. So obviously, we like to think we're the best, but I think we're going to see some real Cho'Gall showdowns to see who can lay claim to that title.
All right, one last question before we get into shoutouts. Is Libidian's Brightwing God tier?
Ooh, tough to say. I'm going to have to go with demigod tier. I think he's still got room to improve. So.
Okay.
Well, there you have it. Let's get into these shoutouts. Is there anyone you'd like to shout out before we end out this interview here?
Yeah, I want to shout out my team, first of all. Just really great start to the season, especially our new players. You guys have really been killing it, jumping in with the rest of us. So shout outs to them. Shout outs to the Cats and Kittens fan club. You know who you are out there. We always try to bring the exciting games. So thanks for showing up. And thank you to you guys casting and just the entire NGS caster crew. Didn't get to thank Baja for our last match, so I just want to say that to all of you guys that make this happen for us, that we get to come in and do interviews and be casted. It really makes the experience something special, so thank you both.
Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are having fun. I wish you best of luck in Season 10 of NGS, and I'm looking forward to see where you guys go.
Oh, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Let me get Daxx back on the line here real quickly. Stick around because we have another match coming up for you guys at 9 p.m. Pacific time. So that's just 13 minutes away here. Probably going to do a quick bio break for us and get back into it. But just give me a moment. Let me get Daxx set up.
Yeah, we got a double header here on this Thursday evening. Almost Friday for me, but you know what? No, it's for the love of HOTS.
I always feel bad asking you because I know you're East Coast, and I'm like, hey, you want to cast some West Division games with me that are gonna go well past midnight your time?
You know what? Weenus does the same thing. I got a chance to cast with him on Tuesday, and I think the match started. So I did Nexus Edge, and then I went right into our game, and then right after that game, I went into a cast with Weenus. I think it started about 11:30 midnight, my time. And but yeah, I don't mind at all. I love, like I said, this community. I love casting with everybody that'll have me. So it's just a great time. I don't mind at all.
Well, like I said, we do have another match for you guys starting at 9 p.m. Pacific time, so that's just a little over 10 minutes away. I would like to go for a bio break. I'm sure Daxx maybe is ready for one as well. So
My eyeballs are floating.
We'll go over to a stay tuned screen and give us a chance to use a bathroom and get the next match all set up. But stick around because it's sure to be a great match coming up here. We are going to see... Let me see.
I believe it's Arrogant Nephilim versus Soak Every Lane. Yep.
Division B West. Yeah. I'm excited about this match because I've already casted one of Arrogant Nephilim's game and I've already casted one of Soak Every Lane's game. Both of them playing into Uwu. And they didn't end up winning. Neither one of them won into Uwu. So I'm curious to see which team comes out facing each other now. Yeah. So I can't wait for this one. Stick around. We'll be right back. And give us a few minutes to set up everything here.
Yeah, see you on the other side.